You're such an asshole.
I'm going to answer. He has a lot of individual questions and requests in his overall request, but his overall request is one I'm tired of answering. It's no offense to you, sir, but we need to progress here. Oh my God, do girls not like guys? Yes. Yes, girls don't like guys that much. We need to move. Oh my God, I can't find my hat and the money will find. Yeah, we need to move on. And this one, which I typically used to get from middle-aged, oh my God, I want to go into IT, but I hear there's discrimination against old men. Should I sit on my ass with my thumb up it and never do anything? And this one is on repeat too, where I know if you're in your 20s, you're not that old. And you're as old as you are, right? You're 100% the life you've lived. It's like, oh my God, I'm 24. My life is over. And guys, you need to knock this fucking shit off. Okay. And now I'm going to explain to you what's happened. For the most part, everyone, all the adults in your life lied to you about what the potential prospective life you were going to have was going to be. They fed you full of so much bull. Here, everyone has been treated like an Edina suburbanite princess. You can do whatever you want. Right. And then when you guys hit your mid-20s and you realize, no, you're not going to make 100,000 and saving the world. And then you try something different. You're like, this sucks too. Oh my God. My life over. Should I try anymore? What should I do? Should I just go to the store and get some rope with some oil to make a really slippy noose? Kinda, yeah, if you keep asking this fucking question. But what you 20-somethings have got are two things. One, you didn't miss out on anything, right? No one was taking you seriously anyway before you were 35. So don't worry about your opportunity cost. And two, no, it's never too late to start over. You know why? Because you're not dead. I would give the same advice to a 45-year-old, with his vagina in his hand. He's holding it down there. Oh, I'm 45 and I want to get into IT. But I heard they discriminate against older people. Should I sit here and collect a disability check with holding my vagina for the rest of my life? Yeah, you should. Just sit there and don't do anything. Whatever you do, okay? Whatever you do, I'm going to take a playbook or a play from the playbook of the Democrat Party. Whatever you do, don't do anything to improve your situation. Sit there with your vagina in your hand and let us handle it, right? Whether you happen to be the black community, Latinos, not straight, female, all the different victim groups, it's the same. The Democrats give you the same advice. Don't do anything. Sit there with your vagina in your hand and wallow in, oh my God, and we'll just go give you the money. And that'll improve your life. Oh, by the way, get a master's degree and go into debt and give our rich socialist professors more of your money. The paradox, whether it's Democrat advice to help people ostensibly get out of poverty or the individual career advice, is inaction doesn't work. Should I improve myself or not? Should I take action to maybe take a chance at something or not? Should I ask? Here's an even more simpler fundamental of the Democrat playbook of disadvantaged groups and how to not get out of poverty. Or is it too late to start over? Or vagina holding 45-year-old man, is there age discrimination here? Should I ask the girl out? Yeah, you should. What if she says no? Then she says no. But if you sit there with your thumb up your ass, you're never going to find out. So it's a philosophical. Is it too late to start over? It's never too late to start over because you're still alive. If you stagnate, it's over. You've given up. But for you 20-somethings, like, oh my God, this guy's 27. I'll mention his age. Is it over? Dude, you ain't even 30 yet. It's not over. You got plenty of life to live. And this guy's situation ain't that bad. So that's the overall point I want to take from it. Stop asking me if it's too late to start over. Because what the answer, if it's not too late to start over. It's like, oh no, it's too late to start over, roll over and die. It's over. Go get a noose. They got a noose special down over at Homey Depot. Extra oil. Because what's the alternative? All right, so let's go on to the individuals. Cappy, I don't care about being anonymous. 26, military vet, living in kind of boring town. I make $90,000 a year and a tolerable office job that looks good on paper but feels like it's draining my soul. Get used to it. Yeah. Knock it off with the white girl blood. Are you shooting up the white girl blood again? I make $90,000 a year and the job is rewarded. Knock it the fuck off, man. You got food, clothing, shelter. You probably got military benefits. It doesn't. This is it. You won. You've won. This is what winning feels like. Now, unless you're paid $90,000 a year to have people hit your toes with hammers, shut the fuck up and be thankful for your job. Right? Don't give me this, you don't have meaning and purpose. Knock it off. Knock it the fuck off. You got a tolerable job. We make 90 grand a year. I'd have a cup of shut the fuck up and be happy. But it feels like it's draining my soul. That's called work. Yes. Nowhere is there a job where it's like feeding your soul. That does not exist. So stop looking for it. I got into this niche role because of my military background, but it's not something I see a future in. You're 26 and you make $90,000 a year. And by the way, he doesn't live in like San Francisco. This is like $90,000 a year legit. He's making good money for where he lives. You don't see a few. Buddy, shut up and take the money. Your future is not your job. Your future is outside your job. Don't fall for this feminist bullshit that the most important thing about you is your career. What do you do outside of your job? You need to, I don't have it linked below. You need to go buy How Not to Become a Millennial. And you need to immediately read the career chapter because you have the wrong idea what role a career is to serve in your life. Your career is to generate the money you need to go live your life. It doesn't matter what you do 8 hours a day. It doesn't. Now, admittedly, it took me a long time to figure that out. I was 32 by the time I figured it out, so I was older than you. But I realized it doesn't matter. I was making the same $32.50 an hour, whether I filed paperwork or I actually did a high-level financial commercial lending analysis. It didn't matter. Knock it off with this. But I don't feel rewarded at work. Did you not get your paycheck? You make that much money? Dude, I don't care if they have me wiping monkeys' butts for 90 grand a year. I'd be wiping monkeys' butts at 26 for 90 grand a year. Your job is not supposed to be emotionally or psychologically rewarding. You're to be paid money for lost life. Those 8 hours that you don't get to do what you don't ever get back. There's the money. Now take your money and go live the life that you want. To do anything else, I need to go back to school or start over at the bottom, and that's a stressful gamble. For 2 years now, I've been thinking about moving to Vegas, using my GI Bill to finish school at UNLV. I've got 30 credits and working my way into the hotel casino industry. Why do you think that's going to be better? What makes you think that's going to be better? Because of the shiny lights? You do know behind the scenes, casinos and hotels in Vegas is really boring. It's taking out trash. It's doing accounting. It's cleaning poker chips. It's remove, you know what, an inglorious job, removing the smoke filters. Cleaning up shit and vomit. What makes you think it's going to be any better there? Again, unless your job right now is I stand there and they hit my toes with hammers, I'd be happy. with your job. I want something paced, people driven with upward mobility. I like hospitality and entertainment. Are you kidding me? So long ago, Minneapolis Business College, it's out of business now, so now I can mention it. They had a hospitality, travel and hospitality major, and it was all fat chicks who didn't want to work. That's all it was. Look, buddy, this is a lot of white girl blood you're shooting up in your veins. Knock it off. You don't, you do not You do not get paid the salary you get paid. You do not have a living wage doing what you want to do. And I'm going to tell you again, even if you got this dream job, I don't know what it would be in Vegas that you would work where you think it would just be fun. You could be a dealer. That's kind of fun for a while until you're standing there and your back starts to get achy. And it gets boring. All jobs lose their novelty. All of them. Sterling Cooper, he's a corn star, retired corn star. I asked him, I said, "Are there days you don't want to go to work?" He's like, "Yep." Even if it's two hot chicks you get to sleep with at the same time? Yep. Get it out of your head. The rich white girl from the suburbs mentality that there is a job out there that you make a living wage and you get to enjoy it. I mean, go to Vegas if you want, or I don't know if there's a casino near where you work. Why don't you go work part-time at that casino on weekends? Just do it. See what it's like. Here, I'll give you another little inside baseball about Vegas, right? So I live in Vegas half the year, wintertime. It's cold up north. Do you know what the locals do? Like people who live in Vegas, they never go to the strip. You know why? Because it's boring. It's fake. After you've done it a couple times, yeah, okay, it's kind of fun. But I can't imagine working there. It's a factory. It's a big factory. And by the way, all this shit you listed, I want something fast-paced, people-driven, and upward mobility. It sounds like an exciting career in the field of medical transcriptioning commercial you see for unemployed people in the afternoon. Come to ITT. Come to University of Phoenix. Are you serious about your job? Are you serious about your career? What is this? What is this? I don't hear accounting. I don't hear actuarial science. You want to get into Vegas and make some money? Go be an actuary. Be a statistician. Get into insurance. What's going to happen? Let's say I'm going to tell you what's going to happen with your current idea. Maybe not your plan, but this is your idea of yours. You're going to waste your GI Bill on some bullshit degree like hospitality management. You're going to go get some job that pays you half of what you're making now. Right? And you see the big city lights, and after like a month, you'll be like, this fucking sucks. Doing whatever it is you're doing. Be it the concierge, whatever. And you'll say, man, and then your not work life is going to get really hard because you don't have the money to go and enjoy Vegas. You'd be like, man, remember things were stable and I had money, even though I wasn't in maybe as an exciting city as Vegas. And my job, surprise, is equally as boring as the other one. It's not as rewarding as the one I had. That I was paid twice for. You want upward mobility. No, boomers and Gen X bosses aren't going to allow that. That's not going to happen. I like hospitality and entertainment. So do I. I would love just to have like, oh my God, I want to be a hiking field. What do they call it? Travel agent? No. A hiking guide. I'd love to get paid to take people hiking. I know there's not that much money in it. Plus, I don't want to deal with those people. I want to be around people where they're enjoying themselves. Oh, you weren't in the SEALs, were you? Yeah, I'm going to guess not. I'm currently preparing to sell my house so that I can be light and ready to go. Hold off on that, buddy. Hold off. You are taking an incredible gamble. You got a house. Sounds like you have no debt outside your mortgage. I'm going to assume you got a really good interest rate through the VA. You got a great, highly compensated job. No, you shut the fuck up and you stay there. You make your money. And what you do before you give up the tremendously great position you got now is you go fly to Vegas and you check it out. I want you to go to Vegas 5 weekends, right? They don't have to be all in a row. I want you to fly out to Vegas 5 weekends. They got to have direct flights from where you are. And you tell me on the 5th weekend in Vegas if you're still enamored with Vegas. I mean, you're not going to hate it. It's a great town. But you tell me if you're done with the strip, right? The second thing I want you to do, whatever your dream job you think you're going to get with people, and we're holding hands and we're singing Kumbaya, blah, blah, blah. Whatever one of these lame ass, preppy little girl from the suburbs jobs you want, find one in the town you're at now. I don't care if it's working at a hotel or a resort, something in that hospitality travel agency world. Okay. You go find a part-time job you work in there in your town, so you know what you're getting into. And then once the veneer, it's like, it really is like dating a 10. Oh my God, wouldn't it be great to date that hot woman over there? Yeah, then you go date a 10 or one or two of them. You're like, oh my God, they're a fucking nightmare. I want you to realize what the profession you want to get into is like before you sell your house, give up your $90,000 fucking dollar a year job to go live in a town, which albeit is fun off the strip too. To get you're going to make half. And that presumes you got a job when you get to Vegas. You still got to get your degree. And I'll tell you right now, that degree, whatever you're talking about right now, you don't need to go to a physical school. You don't need to go to UNLV for that. You can go to school online for it right now. I knew a child, adult now, like accounting, going to accounting, engineering, go accounting, something worthwhile. And she went for event planning management. Was an embarrassment to me. An embarrassment. She didn't have to go to the physical school to do it. Now, thankfully, she went one semester, said, this is bullshit. I'm like, okay, that's why I told you to go major in. What the fuck do I know? No, you're not going to UNLV. Go take a college course or two online in the field you think you're interested in. So at least academically, you could see what it's like. And you're like, oh yeah, this is bullshit. I want you to visit Vegas. You got my permission to spend the money. You got it. Go fly to Vegas. Check it out. Get a car around. Get a hotel on the strip. Oh my God, bro. Oh. And then if you have the time, don't look at the flashy shit. Look at the guy pushing the garbage cart. Look at the eyes on the doorman. Look at the dealers who at the casino. Look at the maitre d's. No, they're not miserable. But it's a job. At the end of the day, it's a job. And it's no better or worse than the one you got now. Again, unless you're paid to have your toes hit with hammers. Since leaving the military, life hasn't looked like anything like I expected. Right, because everyone was lying to you. Since deciding not to go back to school and starting this job, I've made no real progress financially. What? What? You own a house. Where's the money? Are you doing drugs? No. You made progress financially. Don't make me audit your financial. What do you mean you made no progress? You make 90 grand a year? I presume you have no debts. Where'd the money go? Drugs, booze? That's on you if you've made no financial progress. Which I believe you have. You just don't realize it. You own a house, right? Pretty good financial progress, especially for a 26-year-old. But if you're pissing away your money, if you're bad with money, don't go to Vegas, you idiot. You'll gamble it all away. But if you're not making progress financially and you're making 90 grand a year and you don't have kids or nothing, dude, that's on you. Physically or socially, just a steady decline. That's all you. Oh, that's too bad. Aaron, help me go to the gym, work out. Socially, go out. Just a steady. That's all you. Financially, you sure you're not a girl for me, Dinah? Just a steady decline. Every day feels like repeat of the last and somehow worse. That's a you problem. That's a you problem. You're the one with the problem. And it will come with you when you go to Vegas. Look, I know the town you're in isn't necessarily the most exciting, but that doesn't prevent you from going to the gym or running. It's nice 9 months out of the year there. No. No, this is all you. I understand socially things might be a challenge because 'cause you're 26, right? I get that. I get that. But physical and financial? Dude, if I was 26 making 90 grand a year, I'd have no financial troubles. My finances would be tight. So I don't know if you gotta go read David Ramsey's books or what, but no, financially, you should be making tremendous progress. Physically, go to the gym, eat right, knock it off. You know exactly what you gotta do. Socially, that's the only variable there that involves other people, therefore, is not 100% your responsibility. It's half. You know, you gotta go out, but there's other people involved and whether they go out or not, so I understand that. It moving won't change who you are, and you are mostly the problem. You're just gonna be in a different spot with half the pay with shiny lights. You're gonna worsen your situation. Um, Socially, it's dead. I live in a decent sized city, but I can go weeks without seeing an attractive woman. Oh, that's it. No, that's it. What, Vegas? No, you're not going to see. The only attractive women you're going to see in Vegas are the staff, the bartenders and the cocktail waitresses and the dancers. Yeah, all of America's fat people go to Vegas. You're not going to see attractive women. You will because of sheer volume of number, but they're working and they're probably not going to be interested in you if you're not in physical shape. 80% of the people are fat. Yeah, 70% of Americans are fat. You're right. Everyone's either not going out or glued to their phones. People don't talk. The best conversations I have are with people 20 years older than me. There you go. Then join the Masons. Join the Elks. Go out, pick up. Don't tell me there's that. Hang on. Seeing if there's Latin dancing. Okay, right now there's salsa dancing in your town. I just looked up one type of dance. I didn't look up other types of dances. There don't I know the social life is an uphill battle. I know your generation is glued to the phones. Tough. That's the cards you were dealt. You could sit there and mope, or you could get out and try something different. I mean, when I was 26, we were still, oh, let's try this, let's try that. So, go out and do stuff. Um, my generation is awkward, closed off, and boring. Hearing about the past having fun used to seem more fun. Now it feels like life got sucked out of everything. I don't know where my generation is. Your generation is at home. Go out and find yourself a cougar. Go out and dance. Go out and pick up bowling. Go out. Yes, there's not going to be young people there. Yes, I wouldn't want to talk to young people either. I'd rather talk to the old. Shoot, that's all I do at like either poker or the cigar lounge. I talk to old people. If I go to the coffee store, it's timid, nervous 20-something girls behind the oh, somebody with a penis. Oh, what do you want? I'm like, can I get my snoot drink? I'm not going to touch you. Can I? They are. I don't know what it is. And now I think about it. Because, there's very rarely is it the same person who sticks around. There's always a new batch of baristas. The increasingly deer in headlights. Like, hi, can I help you? Like, look, I'm a 5'9" guy. I'm not that intimidating. I'm sorry. Do I need to apologize? Right? You're right. They're not. So go out and find something to do. Um, I'll tell you this about Vegas, socially speaking, everyone's transient. Everyone. The tourists, obviously, but the people there, dude, the military base, they're always bringing people in and ship them out. There's a couple military bases in the area. And then the workers, they're always coming in because they think that life is easier there and then they can't hack it and then they go somewhere else. I don't think I've had a consistent friend in Vegas. No joke. Old Man Rolo is probably my most long-term consistent friend in the area. I think he's only been there a year. Like, I'm surprised. They're like, "Hey, you around?" "Yeah." I'm like, "Wow, still around." Okay, most people move by this time. So you're not gonna find stable, there is a working class, and on the UNLV side, which I'm not saying you should attend, but you go south and east of that is Green Valley. That's where kind of the young and up and coming. So if there's a place, that's the area. But yeah, they're looking at their phones too. This isn't specific to your town. This is nationwide. Um, I don't know where my generation is. They're on their phones. Note, I have no family here and basically no friends who live in the state besides a coworker and this girl I've been casually dating, but not crazy over. I'd say I'm good looking, only 5'9", which seems to be a problem in this shallow country. Right. It's not going to change if you go to Vegas. Here's what I need to know. Am I insane for wanting to leave a stable job for something that actually excites me? Yes, because you're going to find it's not that it does excite you. The prospect excites you. What you're going to get at the end of that is going to be another sucky job. I guarantee you half the pay you're making now, especially with your degree choice. Is 27 too old to start over? No, it's not. But what I would say was start over. Why don't you start over with your social life and working out? Like you're there, dude, your money is the number one thing to take care of. And now that you got that, you got this great platform. I don't think you've given your town a fair shake. Work out, hit the gym. There, you could kill two birds with one stone. Go join a boxing gym or some kind of martial arts. Get your socialization through those industrious people. And then I'd pick up dancing or something. Go be social. Uh, so I would start over your social life. I do want you to visit Vegas. I want because you're always gonna wonder, what if I went to Vegas? What if I went to New York? What if I went to Hollywood? No, go there. You should have cheap. Hang on. Flights. See, the great thing about Vegas is everyone wants to go there. So they got direct flights from practically anywhere in the country. Let me take a look. Round trip, nonstop. Uh, show flights. Look at this. $166 round trip. Where's the I don't want the best. Dude, 138, $200, 168, 98 bucks. If you just time it, if you just schedule a month out in advance, you could get a round trip flight from where you are to Vegas for less than $100. I go spend 5 weekends. I want you to go out there. And then you're like, oh yeah, it's fun. Don't get me wrong. But this isn't as great. The novelty will wear off quickly. Walk down Fremont Street 3 times. You'll be like, I'm sick and tired of seeing fat, washed up ladies of the evening who are rankly dressed in lingerie in a wheelchair. I'm sick. I don't need to see that anymore. Um, so it's not too old to start over. I just think your effort should be put into your social life, not your career. You got a great job. Has society really changed socially since the pre-cell phone era? Am I just imagining? No, it has definitely changed. So there's nothing you could do about it. So going to a different town is not going to change. Dude, you think your town the girls are on the phone? What do you think the vapid women of Vegas are doing? Oh my God. No, man. The one thing you could say about Vegas is you can go to Pahrump and get ladies of the evening. That's the only thing you could say about Vegas. But in terms of dating, no. Dude, all those girls are like OnlyFans and they're in the industry, the biz and escorting and all, which is fine. I'm these are not necessarily the ones you want to date. Am I chasing something real or just running? No, you're not running. You're not you are looking for the easy way. You're chasing the white dragon. You're looking for that thing you were promised by all the lies that your parents, teachers, and marketing and corporations told you. You're still believing that you're a liberal white girl from Edina and daddy's paying for shit. It doesn't exist. That's why I want you to go to Vegas and look for it for yourself. Go there and work in the hospitality industry in your hometown. See what it's like. Because then be like, oh, yeah, I do it. Look, the main thing is you guys got to realize that life was never as good as the adults in your life told you as a kid. It was never that good. Stop looking for it. You'll ruin your life. You'll give up a $90,000 a year job and a stable income to gamble on a life that doesn't exist. That's, like here's it's as eerie how similar this is. You know what this is? This is your version of all the women in the 90s who believed in Sex in the City. Where thousands of women literally moved to New York because they thought it was like that. The TV show lied to my generation of women that Sex in the City was like New York City was like that. Your parents and teachers and media and everyone lied to you about what to expect out of the real world in terms of career and happiness. No, it's as good as you got it. It doesn't really get much better than what you got now. If I am crazy and this is the best there is and this is it, then what the hell is there to look forward to? That is for you to figure out. I wrote a book. You were not the first to answer this question. Well, then what's life about if it's just survival? The Menu. Life without the opposite sex. Now, this doesn't mean you can't have a girl. You are dating someone. All right. And yes, the whole point in life was to have kids and raise a family and all that. But given the opposite sex in your generation is a little like someone with a penis. Oh my God. Quick, call the National Guard. This book, it's a menu of all the different things that life has to offer for you to pursue, to give you meaning and purpose in life, or just fun. Some hedonistic fun occasions in that too. But that's your job. You got to figure it out, man. And there's a lot of ideas in there. And I would go pick up that book, The Menu, Life Without the Opposite Side. If you're more industrial, like you got a house, you said. Hang on, let me get the right one. Get this one. If you got a house, there's a ton of shit for you to do. And there's a checklist of all the things you can do, not necessarily on your house, but in your life, getting your life squared away and together. Especially if you're making 90 grand a year, I would be aiming to have like money set up that I could retire early. I'd just be making money and saving it and fixing my house and getting in pristine shape. So there's a lot for you to do. No, it's not fun. No, it's not going to be a girl hugging you and being kind and nice. It won't fill your soul. Well, some of it actually will. Like I felt good. I felt great when I removed a couple engine components and I sanded them down. I put a new shiny, glossy sheen of paint on them. Like, oh, look at that. That's good. That did feel my soul a little bit. Yeah, man. What you need to realize is what you were promised by your elders was a lie. And you need to figure out what to do then new. You have to do like a lot of kids. Not only do you have to raise yourself, you have to come and figure out your own value system now. What should I live for? Because what your parents and teachers, the guidance club, they all lied about it. I mean, you're not consciously, but they were wrong. And you are about to make a tremendous mistake giving up your $90,000 a year job to go pursue something that doesn't exist in the desert. And so what I would recommend you do is test it first before you sell your house and you give up your good job. I would take some courses online in hospitality management, jerking off studies. Those gals, and it was predominantly women, in that degree program. Oh my God, the laziest, dumbest, fattest gals. I hope you got what you worked for, ladies. I hope it all came to fruition. Oh, what a bunch of lazy. Oh my God, were they just horrible, horrible people. You don't need to go to UNLV for that. Just take a course online. See what it's like. Go work a part-time job in that field where you are now and get out there and start over. Yeah, start over with your social life. Go if you need, get the menu, go get Zero World Problems. There might be some ideas in there, but I would go out and see what's going on. Look at the Elks, join a bowling, anything. Just get out, man. Just get out. And no, your generation is not there. They're stuck on their phones, being afraid of each other, voting for socialism. All right, let's go to the super chats. David Rack, €5. Hey, Aaron, not on the topic, but I recommend Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon. Fantastic new video game. You'll enjoy. Okay, I'm writing that down. Thank you very much. I'm loving Pirate Yakuza. That's a fun game. Take this down. Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon. Tainted Grail. Fall, not golf, Fall of Avalon game. All right. I'll go to GameStop. We don't have it. I don't know how you spell. How do you spell tainted? Thank you very much. Artful Clone, $2. I make $125,000 a year in Alabama. I hate my job, but who cares? Exactly. Your situation is very similar to his. He's in a Alabama-esque state. Dude, I'd start loving Sweet Home Alabama. I'd go find. Look, you can't find something. Even I found fun shit to do in Minnesota. It largely spent. It was involving with hanging out with Asians and people from Wisconsin. It was hanging out with people who weren't Minnesotans, and we let's go run, let's go biking. Should we hang out with the Minnesotans? No, they're boring and they won't hang out with us. Oop, hang on. Tomas G. 20 Polish zlotys. I was ill and I told the doctor it was due to a stressful job. His answer solved all my stress problems at work. Then you have to like it. Yep. Again, How Not to Become a Millennial. That's a third book you need to buy. And you need to read the chapter on the, not you, Tomas, but it's the same thing. You're probably getting stressed out about stuff you don't control. I got furious that not once was I ever used to my full potential in finance and banking. Not one. Okay, I take it back. There was one time I was used to my full potential, but then I found out I was doing my boss's job and her boss didn't like that. And then people got fired. But I was doing a pretty high level person's job and I didn't know it at the time. But aside from that, I was furious. The job descriptions were not what they were. It was all lies, all lies. And all I should have realized early on, it doesn't matter what I do at the job. How much am I paid for this hour of my life I'm never getting back? That's a deal. And now I'm going to go live my life. And I did. If I had just like, nope, this is where I make my money. This is where I get the fuel to live my life. Like, hang on. Boom, got it. I'm going to save that one for its own video. The truth sets you free. $5. Cappy just saved this man from himself. Yeah, you damn right I did. This is why we need old, angry people giving advice. Alex Petito, a truck driving Latino agent in the field, $5. I wish I could give up my truck driving job, but I hate not having money more than anything. Exactly. And I got to imagine it's better than working in a factory, right? You get to listen to music and you get to drive and see different things. I mean, you got to pay attention. I don't know. What were these jobs? Were especially a guy. I think this is a guy. Maybe it was a girl. I don't know. No, he's dating a gal, so it is a guy. What were you thinking? We could all be teachers and influencers and guidance counselors and what? Who's going to make the food? What? And if it was fun and rewarding, then why would you be paid? Because everyone would do it for free. Hollywood's looking at that right now. Everyone's doing their shit for free. Froggy, 10,000 Korean won. My friend used to work at a casino. Based on what I heard from him, it doesn't seem good for mental health despite the high pay. Dealing with gambling addicts sounds worse than doing my low paying job. Yeah, there's no There's, working security, you had to throw out drunks. You had to sometimes get into fisticuffs. It actually gave you a little bit of excitement during the day, or evening. Um, yeah, there's not, no job is perfect. No job. Artful Clone, $5. I love Vegas. Great hiking, but wouldn't live there. Living in Alabama, I got so much money. I just go to Vegas several times a year to hike and I'm good. That's not the worst way to do it. It's not the worst way to do it. I love Vegas. I don't even hate the strip. I just don't want to go to the strip. I can appreciate the strip. Occasionally I'll go to the strip. But everything around Vegas, and you're within driving shot of so much great hiking and so much beauty. And I don't know, the people that are there, once you get rid of the tourists and the slow driving Californians, it it's youngish. People there are a bit more industrious, but again, they're transitory, and then you don't see them again. Ken Rose, $5. He says, hello. Hello, Kim. Samson Joshua, $5. Just to make sure, as a 5'7", 22-year-old, are my chances just as equal a guy who's 5'9" and the same age with the same job and career? You mean your chances with women? Or you say your chances at life are the same, yeah, but your chances with women, because now we're introducing another human being who has their own rights and whether or not they want to spend time with you, your chances are less than a man with 5 foot who is 5'9". Women want taller men. Your chances are lower. I would, one, align your expectations with reality. And if you need to, get this book, The Book of Numbers, Analyzing the ROI in the Pursuit of Women. There's stats on there on height and all that. 2, I'd be looking for shorter gals. 3, I'd be looking for overseas gals. If women are that important to you, if you want family and all that. But I would not put any emotional investment or expectation. I would pin none of my happiness to success with women. Absolutely not. Not. You're 5'7". I'm not saying you can't. You can. I mean, pick up some dancing, be charming, charismatic. Absolutely. Ask out a lot of girls. I think a 5'7" guy can find a gal. It's just going to be a lot of work, man. And you're going to get a lot of rejection. And you can't take it personally. But I say this for all men. Do not put women at the center of you don't have time for that shit. The way you get women is going out and doing your own damn thing and being excellent at it, whatever it is, and asking out a ton of women if they would like to come along on your life and doing the fun thing that you do. And yeah, you're 5'7", you see pick salsa dancing. There's a short little 5'2" Latina gal, and maybe she really likes you. There you go. But you're going to be asking out a lot of people. So you better like salsa dancing. You better like what you're doing. All right, there you guys go. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.